of the results. Oh, thank you so much. Because of the results that they received from the supplements. Some leaders joined the business because they want to make. Every time when we talk about this supplement, we do not forget to talk about the business side as well. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fetsang Matlakala. I have been with APL Co for 2 years now, and currently I am a corporate director in the business. I must say that the journey has been bumpy. It wasn't smooth at all, but it's worth it. I couldn't have chosen another business than APL Go, mainly because of the results I received from this business, from the supplements. I am where I am health-wise because of the supplements. Now, what we have here, if you can see my screen, we do have the best supplements in the world. We call them the first N-ion DNA drops. And I know that our sweets have so many names. Some people call them drops. Some people call them miracle sweets. Some people call them just sweets. Please note that, especially for the new ones, please note that we are referring to one thing. We are still talking about our DNA and iron drops. Now, tonight is the night where we actually explain what these sweets can do. And what I want most of the leaders to know and understand today is that as you are in this business, kindly know today that as the supplements work with our bodies, we are all totally different. Therefore, we are going to have different encounters or different results from using the supplements. Some people will use the supplements and they will feel better without feeling any changes in their bodies. Some people will use the supplements and they might experience what we call a healing crisis. With a healing crisis, what we mean by that is that you might get sick, very sick, before you start feeling better. So this is what will happen when you give somebody a supplement and they feel worse before they can get better. And a lot of people tend to stop taking the supplements because they are not used to that feeling. Please let them know and understand that it is normal. And the more you get this feedback from, or the testimonies from each and every one of us, the more we learn better. So all of our supplements, or let me say, we do have on the screen right now what we call positive ions. So with the positive ions, this, I would say in simple terms, these are some of the particles or the particulars that make us, or molecules that make us really sick. As you can see, the guy on the screen looks like he's tired, he doesn't have energy. So these are the things that we come into contact with. Sometimes we are aware, sometimes we are not aware, and they would make you feel sick. This could be through the food that we eat. Nowadays, the food we eat is not really organic. Even if they tell you that it is organic, it is not. A lot of chemicals are used to make sure that the food becomes what it is, so that it can be sold quicker in the market, because people really need to make money. Sometimes it could be we live in spaces where now there's companies running, and you might inhale some of the fuels or anything that is not good for your body. Sorry, I'm trying to admit. Can I have somebody help me admit other leaders as I continue? So, for example, I used to work where there's SAB, and whenever they used to do alcohol, they used to, in the morning, every morning when we got to work, there was this smoke in the air, and it came with the was not good. And I think that's why I started having or experiencing a lot of sinuses due to what I inhaled during that time. So it could be that as well. When it gets into your body, sometimes you don't feel like it is affecting you at that moment, but along the way, you will feel that something is wrong with you. That is what is happening to us almost every day through the food we eat, through what we come into contact with, and also through the electricity that we use. Nowadays, you take food from the fridge straight into microwave. We even cook our food with microwave right now. There is a lot of electrical charge that goes into the food and then it goes into your body, which is not good. Now, the good thing is that what happens when you take our supplements, these supplements will make you feel revived. They will make you feel like life is worth living all over again. Because most of the time when we give people our supplements, when they give you feedback, most of them, I'm not sure about the other leaders, but most of the people will tell you, I feel lighter. It's like something was taken out of my body, but I cannot really express how I feel. This is just how I feel, lighter. This is what the supplements will do. So how do you get the negative ions? Because the positive ions are bad for our bodies. Negative ions are really good. And this is what comes with the sweets that we have or our supplements. So if you do not want to use our supplements, let me remind you that these are the places where you can actually help yourself and get the negative ions. If you go to the beaches, that's where you will feel totally different. There's something that comes with being at the beach that is really good for our bodies. Waterfalls, learn to visit the waterfalls, the forest area. After heavy rains and storm, just go outside and inhale the air. It's pure and fresh. And frequently be outdoors. Nowadays, I love saying to other people that the life that we live today, we think that we have arrived and we believe that everything that we do today is good. We don't realize how bad our lifestyle is. And the lifestyle that our great-great-grandmothers and great-great-grandfathers used to live back in the days, that is the life that we really need to go back to. So if you cannot go to these places that I mentioned here, then this is where we come in with our sweets, the miracle sweets that we have in South Africa. Now, most of the time, we tell people that our sweets work on a cellular level. If they get into your body and they realize that your cells are dead, they will help your body to produce new cells. If your cells are exhausted, they will revive them. And if your cells are damaged, their job is to make sure that they repair. That's the main reason why this supplement, or what that's the main reason the supplements will do in your body, or that's what they will do when you start using them. Now, like any other business, every business, for it to stay abreast of any changes and to beat competitors, we need to evolve. So this is just an example that shows you that back in the days, we used to listen to music from the records. We then moved to cassettes, CDs, MP3 players. And right now we listen to music from the cloud system, which is so much convenient. It doesn't really need much. You just need to connect and you are on the go. The same with medication. Previously, medication came in form of powders. You had to mix, and then we moved to liquids. We moved to pills and capsules. We moved to juices and gels. And right now, we do have our supplements that come in a form of a lozenge or in a form of a sweet. And the best way to take them is to just put them under your tongue and you enjoy the sweetness that comes with that. This is what each and every market needs to use to evolve and stay abreast of changes. Now, the good thing is we have a young man who thought a lot of people stopped taking medication because when you get to, there's a time in your life when you feel like you don't want to take capsules anymore. Some people will tell you that when I take them, they get stuck here. Therefore, I don't want them. Or they are bitter. Or the juice is no longer okay. It's, there's just a lot of complaints that people will tell you the reason why they're not taking their medications anymore. Now, with this sweet, the way it is so nice, tasty, and convenient, I've never had anyone who, in the 2 years that I've been with the business, who said, I forgot to take my sweet or I didn't want to take it because today I didn't feel like taking it. So you know that you would be giving people the best supplement that is so convenient, that is tasty. People will never complain about this. If they complain, some will tell you that the sugar is just too much for them. But our job is to tell them that it's natural sugar, so it is not going to do any damage in their bodies. Now, what we have here, at this moment, we do have 17 supplements in South Africa. When we started with 15 supplements, and as the business grows, then the company will continue adding more supplements. What we have here is GTS. GTS, the full name is Get Strength. And what I will do is I will read here and just give a little story afterwards. And those new members who are in the business, please have your pen and paper ready so that if there's anything that I mention that actually gives you that light bulb moment, you can either ask questions later or go back to your sponsor and rectify or get more information. But what I need you to do as well is, as you are listening, think about all the people that you know who are sick that you can actually recommend some of these supplements to. So Get Strength is one of the best supplements that I think for me works faster and it moves. So this is a supplement. Remember when we are sick, normally you don't have the strength, you don't have the energy, you don't have appetite. You are just sitting there without any energy to do anything. Now, if you give anybody who is sick, and this is just from personal experience, anyone can give a different story. So what I did with GTS is, as you read on it and you have a different understanding, I give them to people who are really, really sick. Even if I'm called and I'm told that somebody is bedridden, it does not matter how long they've been bedridden for. The fact of the matter is that they do not have that energy and the stamina, let alone the appetite. So what I do is I give GTS to those people. And believe you me, one sweet will get that person off this bed. And the reason why I'm saying that is that it is not written here, but when you go back to our supplements to read more, you will understand that GTS is one of those supplements that is actually good at making sure that it helps the body to accelerate the process of healing, but it also helps the body to excrete all the toxins that are in it. So this is why I say if you give it to somebody who is really, really sick, they are not only going to have that strength, the stamina, and start eating, but they will also flush out all that toxins with the help of GTS. We give them to, or I give them to people who are HIV positive as well. We do have the testimony of someone who started taking GTS and after finishing the whole box, went to the hospital or the clinic like they normally do every month. Coming back, they gave a testimony that the doctor was also surprised and shocked because they could not detect the virus in their body. So what you then do to these people, because they are too excited, this is the first time they get results like this. We just need to let them know that it does not mean that they are not HIV positive anymore. They are still positive. It's just that their body is now strong enough to fight the virus. And this is why we have this supplement. The next one that I will be talking about is NRM. NRM is NOM. So we all know that this is for people who are diabetic, people with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, HIV/AIDS is there as well, and breast cancer. A lot of people think that this is for somebody who has diabetes. Allow me to remind you that this is also for people who struggle with sugar that is very, very low. We call it hypoglycemia, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are one of those people who struggle with that, every time your sugar goes very low and you have to eat things that have sugar to make sure that it becomes normal, NRM can also help. So it is not only used by people with diabetes, meaning sugar that is very high. It can be used by both. So those who know my story know that I used to inject, I used to take my glucophage, 1,000 milligrams before I met APL4. I started using this supplement, and today it's been 2 years. I no longer inject anymore. And this year in November, it will be 2 years without taking my glucophage pills. So with the injection, the doctor is the one who stopped me, because then my blood sugar levels dropped from 27 to now being between 5 and 9, and there was no need for me to inject anymore. And this is one of the supplements that even today I sell it more than any other, because I can explain this sickness to anyone with my eyes closed. I've been there. I know what people go through. So you can also choose one of the supplements you fell in love with and sell it. And when you sell it hard. The more you sell, the more you get people, customers, and those customers can be turned into business partners as well. So this is what NRM can do. Let us go out there and help each and everyone who is sick. There is no household that does not have anyone with diabetes or high blood pressure. Here we do have what we call Grow. Grow is a supplement for me, according to my understanding as well. I always say it is a supplement that needs to be used mostly by kids or by people who are already old. Why kids? Because their immune system is not yet strong enough to fight against any illness. And the elderly, as you grow old, your cells tend to die along the way, and your immune system becomes weak as well. So for kids, this is very good if you are a mom and you have a child who, because kids, when they are sick, they would have fever. So it is good at making sure that it controls that fever. But not only that, if you do have a child who feeds because of that fever that cannot be controlled, you can give them this. My child was affected by diabetes when she was born. And after turning 2 years, that's when she started feeding, because she would be sick and then there's this fever and we could not control the fever. And then she used to feed 3 times in a day, which is something that I really didn't want to see, but we had to go through it. And believe you me when I say, since I joined APL Go till today, we've never had that problem again. So even if she's sick now and I give her Grow, it can control the feet and she's okay. So if you are a mom who's going through that as well, please know that Grow is a supplement that you need to use. And also, this is how I love explaining it to mothers as well. As mothers or as parents, sometimes you do have a child whose growth is not according to the way it is supposed to. Maybe it is slow because there is something happening with your child, and because you cannot see an illness with your eyes, you think, it's okay. By the time you start realizing that there is a problem, this problem is now something bigger than you can control. So if you do have a child, whether they are sick or not, please make sure that you give them Grow. It also helps with development as well. Sometimes you do have a child and they do not teeth when they are supposed to teeth. Kids go through a lot of developments. Maybe they don't walk until they are 3 years old. Maybe something is just happening. So please, as a parent, And if you are in this business, make sure that your kids do not go a day without taking Grow. There is a recent testimony that came, I'm not sure from where a mom said there is a child who is 3 years old and they could not. They started giving them Grow. After a month, at least this child can now talk, even though they cannot form sentences. But now words can come out of their mouth and they know that they need to talk. So surely and steadily, this child will get there. And that's one of the best testimonies that we have with Grow to show that it will help. Sometimes a development may be delayed because there is an issue, but Grow will make sure that it takes care of that. Then we do have ALT. ALT is alternate. This is a supplement that you can use if you are one of the people who have sinuses, or you've got asthma, or you snore, or you have a partner that snores, or you are allergic. It can be an allergy through your skin. Now it's spring. People who suffer from sinuses, they know it's bad for them right now. Sometimes you might be allergic to certain food. You grew up not eating those food. Please let me tell you that when you use this supplement, you will end up eating even the food you thought you cannot eat. Because the supplements, when they get into your body, they will rectify whatever is wrong in your body and leaving you feeling like a brand new person. We do have a leader in our group who started this business 2 years ago with us. Her testimony is she did not eat banana. Every time she would try to eat it, it will come out. And today she can eat bananas without them going out. So it's one of the good testimonies as well. In APL Go, we sell results. And this is the reason why we are here today. Now we do have HPR. HPR, one of the best supplements. All of our supplements are best. You just need to pick and choose the ones that you fall in love with and read and understand. That is all I can ask all the leaders to do. And I know that when you are new, sometimes you feel like you are not learning fast enough. Please be patient with yourself. We did not get here after a year or 6 months. It took us at least 2 years to be who we are in business today. Just tell yourself that you will take time in reading, take time in understanding and asking questions. Now, HPR, we call it a gentle detox. This is HAPA. What it does, I will tell you of 4 experiences that when you go around collecting testimonials, people always talk about them. So because it detoxes, it will look at all your organs and then it makes sure that it cleanses you, garbage in, garbage out. That's how we've always said it, even in the beginning. Now, you can give people HPR, and some will tell you that it makes them drink a lot of water. And after drinking a lot of water, obviously, it will make you go to the bathroom for number 1. And there's people who really know how to listen to their body and actually study what is happening. Some people will tell you that my pee was yellow, or there was a certain color, or it was foamy. Now, you need to understand why certain things happen, or when you see them happen, start Googling, just find out what was wrong with you at that moment. Some people, it will make sure that you have a running stomach. And then for some people, they will tell you that they sweat a lot, even if you are not doing anything, but you will sweat. It is okay. I've had a lot of people who experience the sweat. They will complain to say your supplement is giving me high blood pressure. And you're like, it's not high blood pressure. So if you did not know, you would agree that it's high blood pressure. But at least when you know that certain people experience a lot of sweat, then you will be able to tell this person that do not worry, it is normal. And some people will experience this. Some people vomit. It could be 2 days, 3 days after taking HPR, it will make you vomit. So that is what will happen. But for some people, they might not experience that at all. So for me, I've learned to appreciate. For me, I have learned to appreciate people who really go through different kinds of experiences, because these are the experiences that taught me this business, and these are the experiences that I can actually share with people along the way, than somebody who uses the supplements and nothing happens, they don't feel anything, and when you ask them did it work, they will say yes, I feel better, but nothing happened. So please let us share all the information that we gather when we collect our testimonials. Now, HPR as well. If you are somebody who has kidney problems, you can use it as well. It is very good for that. Now we do have ice. Ice is one of the supplements that you can actually use to help people who have problems with, I would say, bad breath. Let's start here. Bad breath, bleeding gums, tonsillitis, and heartburn. And then when we go down in your stomach, then it will help with acid. There's people who have acid reflux. There's people who have constipation. And there's also people with ulcers. And then you would experience, some people would have piles. But the most important testimony that we have about this is for people who have addiction. Any type of addiction, you can give people ice. So one person that I dealt with previously was somebody who drank a lot. And I remember when I asked for feedback, this person said, you know, Fetsang, I love Savannah, but it doesn't taste the same anymore. And I can't even finish a bottle, no matter how happy I am. And back in the days, this person didn't know that it was ice that was doing that. And I think, being honest, he gave me this information before a presentation. And I had forgotten about it. And I went into a presentation and I said what I'm saying now, that when you take ice, if you have addiction, it will help you with 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy looked at me like, I told you what I am experiencing, and you never said anything about ice being the reason why I'm feeling the way I am feeling. So he said, do you understand that he did not stop drinking, but he lowered, you know, the number of savannas he used to take then. And after learning the truth, then he stopped taking ice because he was taking it for ulcers. And this guy stopped. He loves alcohol. He did not know that ice was the reason he stopped drinking. And now that I told him the truth, he would rather stop taking ice and continue with his alcohol. But not only that, there's people who stopped taking grandpas because of ice. So any type of addiction, if you know that you suffer from a certain type of addiction, make sure that you take ice. It will help you with that. And there's other people who believe that when they take ice, because we talk about constipation, it will help. Guys, sometimes you might take ice and it will not help you with constipation. For me, when I take it, I become constipated. So and sometimes you will deal with somebody who will buy ice because they want to deal with their issue of constipation, and it doesn't help. Then this person comes back to you saying your supplements don't work. The supplements do work. Maybe you need to change and give this person something else. Maybe there is one ingredient in ice that actually makes me constipated, but it does not mean that the whole supplement does not work. So please, if you experience those people, check if they are not allergic, but check if They take all the ingredients. If they don't, or they know that there is one food that makes them feel constipated, then change, maybe give them HPR. And when you use the supplements, Mom Kenzie loves saying, be a product of your own product. When you use all of our supplements, you are going to be in a position where you are able to tell people that I love this supplement because this is what it does to my body. I do not like this one because it does 1, 2, 3, 4. So as for me, I take all of the supplements except GTS. I used to take it before and I saw what it did to me and I stopped. Not that it is not good, it is good, but it makes me gain weight in a short space of time. So I don't take it for that reason. If you are somebody who wants to gain weight, please go ahead and take it. It will make you gain weight very faster. Now we do have MLS. MLS is multi-spectrum. Multi-spectrum, this is one of the best supplements that will help you clean your gut. We do have one leader who really knows how to explain this gut thing, Julia. Now, she says if your gut is full of dead, your whole health is going to be, your whole health is not going to be okay, including your mental health. Now, if you want to make sure that you start with a clean body, you can also make sure that you use MLS. We do have a lot of testimonials. It's good for eyesight. It is good. Recently, we had a testimony of somebody who used a hearing aid for more than 20 years. And this guy was given only 1 MLS because there was 1 sweet left. The following day, he called his friend and said, how, my friend, you've been in a business for 2 years. You never even thought about me. And look at what happened. We met yesterday, you gave me 1 sweet and I wake up hearing. So the person who then gave the friend the sweet says, I did not really think that it will help. I was just giving him because I was with him and there was only 1 MLS left in my car. But the results we received after that was very good and the guy also joined the business. So this is what the supplements will do. Sometimes I like saying, don't talk too much, just share the sweet. Because sometimes when you talk and you are in business, people think that you are overselling the sweet because you want them to buy or you want them to join the business. So sometimes we just need to learn to share just a little, but give them the sweet and allow the sweet to do the business for you. Now, it's not only good for that eyesight and the hearing aid that this person had, it is also good for cancer. We do have a doctor who joined APL Go after one of his patients used MLS for cancer. I'm not sure which type of cancer was that, but this lady saw me on TikTok and she bought MLS. A month later, came back to Joburg, Donald Gordon, and this doctor was so amazed. And he said, what did you use? The lady didn't know what to say. And she says, I was so scared because I thought maybe my results are bad. But after this doctor said to her, whatever you did was so good because I've never seen your results the way they are today. She opened up and told this doctor, I took some sweets. And this guy thought, no, this cannot be possible. So because the lady could not explain what sweets are they, she ended up sharing my contact details with this doctor. He called me and said, I just need to understand what these sweets are all about. We met, and honestly speaking, when I Googled him, I realized that he is an oncologist. And meeting him, I was scared because I'm thinking he might be thinking that we are taking them out of business. To my surprise, he joined the business and said, Fetsang, even though I am an oncologist, I do not like what we do to people. There's people that we kill due to radiation and what do they call it? Chemo. So sometimes people come to us, they look better. They go through radiation, they go through chemo, they are worse, and they are gone. So as a doctor, this is what I signed up for. I do it even though I know that my heart does not want to do it. And I cannot tell these people not to take or not to go through the process. But for those people who say, I don't want radiation, I don't want chemo, then these are the people I will then send to you. If somebody comes to you to say, I am from Dr. So and so, please use my account, because he said he did not want to join to do the business, but he joined just to make sure that everybody who comes from their hospital at least gets MLS at the lower price. And since then till today, we are still working together and we are helping a lot of people. And one thing I said after I met this doctor was that he did not realize that he was endorsing our suite without knowing that he did that. Because after that meeting, to be honest with you leaders, I came back home happy, knowing that there is no way that he can lie about the results he saw. And even though he did not tell me what the results were, there was no way that he was going to join the business if he was not happy. And that's what MLS can do. So for any cancer, please make sure that you expose those people to MLS as well. Right now, we do have what we call RLX. RLX is relax. This is one of the supplements that you can use to help people who suffer from mental illnesses. And I know that sometimes when you say mental illness, people will never come forth to say, I am sick. But there's a lot of people who can't sleep at night, insomnia. There's people who stress a lot. And there's people who have anxiety attacks. There's people who are bipolar. There's people who suffer from depression. And amazingly, those who suffer from depression will never admit. So this is where you come in. Even if somebody does not want to admit, just make sure that you share the sweet. Sometimes by just sharing a sweet, this person can open up to you and actually tell you what their issues are. Mainly because they felt better when they started taking the supplement. So please, leaders, let us make sure that we share wherever we go. Sometimes share without even asking too many questions. Sometimes people don't open up. Allow yourself to share this sweet and share your love, and make them know and understand that whenever they want to open up, you will be there for them. So RLX can also help with that. There's also kids who are hyperactive, kids with ADHD. They can supplement. It will help in making sure that they are calm. Parents with kids who are hyper, you know that you have been told too many times that your child is destructive, that your child's concentration span is this small. So if you are a parent to a child like that, please make sure that you expose them to RLX, and you will definitely see the difference. Right now, I want to talk about STP, which is stop, one of the best supplements that we have. So STP deals with a lot of nervous tension, mild aches and pains, but we know we use it for all the pains in your body. All the pains, physical stress, you can use STP for that. We know it will stop the pain. But if you read more on STP as well, you will realize why sometimes when you give people STP and SLD, they feel the way that they do in a short space of time. Please go back to another document where it outlines a lot on STP and read about it. You will start loving STP, and you will understand why certain people would give you different testimonials based on just one suite. That's what STP does for pains, but it's not only for pains. There's more that STP can do as well. Now I want us to look at PWR for men. PWR for men, firstly, we know it deals with men's reproduction system, low libido, low sperm count, blood circulation, mood balancing. It deals with a lot. It will also help you calm down as well. And a lot of men don't really like talking about their sexual issues or their bedroom issues, mainly because this is one thing that they pride themselves in. So if you do have a man who's going through this and they don't want to talk, do not ask questions. Just give them PWR. One thing you will know, I've given it to a lot of men, and whenever I ask for feedback, they will never say this and this and this and that was rectified. The answer I've always received, and I believe it's because I'm a woman, they don't feel comfortable sharing. They always say, meaning blood circulation, they can feel it. And normally when they say that, I know it has done what it was supposed to do. So please let us make sure that we help. Also, there's men who go through prostate cancer. Note that we do have a lot of testimonials. Sometimes you are a man, you are experiencing prostate cancer, you are no longer able to release yourself when you go to the bathroom. You end up using a catheter. Please note today that if you give that person PWR, within a short space of time, they are going to be able to release themselves by themselves when they go to the bathroom. They will no longer depend on the catheter that they have been using. I know there is a testimony from Rustenburg of somebody who only used 3 sweets, and the woman then gave us that testimony. Now let us look at power apricot, which is power for women. Power for women, like power for men, also deals with a female's reproduction system. It deals with your cysts, your fibroids, your mood swings. It will balance your hormones, deals with your skin. It makes you feel calmer. It also deals with your libido. So most of the time, if you are helping women who have cysts and fibroids, it is possible that when they start using PWR, they can be on their periods, menstruations, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month full. So if somebody goes through that and who sold them this supplement, some will call you out of fear to say, this is what I'm experiencing. And during that time, they are losing a lot of blood. But the good thing is that as much as they are losing a lot of blood, they are not going to feel like they are lighter or lightheaded. They are still going to feel normal. But your response should be, it is okay, it is dealing with maybe your cysts and your fibroids. There's a lot of women who experience that, and yes, out of fear, they will call. So our job is to reassure them that the supplements will never cause harm in their bodies. The supplements are there to rectify and leave you feeling like $1 million person. And also for libido, they will do that. Many women, after using this, especially if it was those who were experiencing cysts and fibroids, after this supplement cleans them, they end up being pregnant. Some are not going to be happy at you or with you, but please, when you sell them this, let them know that chances are they are going to fall pregnant after that. So they need to make sure that they take precautions. Then we are going to talk about SLD, which is slide. Slide is for those people who have back pains, Letheka, I'm not sure letheka ke eng ka Sekgowa, but some people will experience letheka le le botlhoko re noka, and you would have people who have bone issues. There's people with joint pains. There's people whose their knees, they no longer have cartilage, and they will tell you that when I walk, there's noise that comes from my joints. There's people who have bunions. If you know bunions, there's finally this bone when you are wearing shoes, it protrudes like this. It's very, very painful if you are suffering from that. There's also people who have heel problems right now. They will tell you that I can't wear my stilettos because there is a problem with my heel. It's just painful. So if you also have arthritis, anything related to your bones, this is a supplement that you can use. And what we do in South Africa or around the world, we just mix SLD with STP. And when you mix them together, believe you me, the pain that you have will subside or it will go away. Sometimes I even tell people that it does not matter what caused the pain. You might have been involved in an accident years back. You've been living with this pain. Take SLD and STP. And again, when you start giving people SLD and STP for pains, some people, the pains will go away without feeling different. But there's those people who are going to experience the healing crisis as well. They will feel all the pains in their bodies, even the ones they forgot they had. So when that happens, some people, because we are afraid of pain, some people will stop taking the supplements. That will be the worst thing you can do for your health. So please, if you do have a customer who says that to you, let them know that they need to continue taking the supplements, because yes, they will have the aches in their bodies. Each and everywhere where they used to have pain, these pains will come back. But it's part of the healing process. Now we do have HRT. HRT is heart. It deals with your heart matters. There's people who have blood clots. You can use this. Heart palpitations, you can use this. High blood pressure. If your high blood pressure cannot be controlled using NRM, then you would use HRT to make sure that you control it. There's people with varicose veins. I know men have them, but because they wear trousers all the time, you might not see. But women, we suffer from that a lot. You can use HRT to make sure that it works on those. And then we also have people who have suffered stroke. You give them HRT, people are going to start talking if they did not talk, or they would start walking, or they will tell you that there is something that they are feeling in their bodies. So please use HRT for those illnesses. Also, I don't know the medical term, but there's people with thin blood. I know I'm one of those people with thin blood, therefore I cannot drink grandpa because it's very dangerous for me. HRT will help you make your blood thickanyana, the thickness that your body needs. And there's also people who have thick blood. Also, I don't know the medical term. You can also use HRT to make sure that your blood becomes thinner the way your body needs it, and also for blood circulation. There's people with heart problems, therefore they would experience what do we call this term? Water retention. You give them HRT, it will help them a lot. And when they experience that water retention, they end up with swollen feet. So HRT is one of those supplements that you can use for them. Then we do have BRN. BRN is brain. This one also good for kids if you do have a child at school and they are struggling, or you have an elderly person at home, they've got memory loss. Now, BRN for kids, It does help with concentration. It helps with forgetfulness if maybe they study, and sometimes your child would study when there's an exam coming, they feel overwhelmed and they tend to forget everything. It's not because your child is stupid, they are not. Their mind cannot comprehend the amount of work that they are going through. So you can help your child with BRN. And also those kids who are hyper. In the morning when they go to school, you can give them RLX and mix it with BRN. When RLX comes them down, BRN will make them focus and concentrate. And also there's kids with autism. You can give them BRN to help. For adults, it deals with forgetfulness as well. It also deals with Parkinson's disease. It deals with, I'm forgetting other illnesses. So it's Parkinson's disease, dementia, forgetfulness. I'm forgetting others, but please make sure that your leaders tell you about them. But there's a lot that BRN can do. It also deals with, it helps people who had stroke as well. I do have a family friend that we helped with BRN, slide, and STP. Within a space of 4 months, this guy was back to being normal, back to gym, driving, back at work, when he stayed in that facility for 2 years without talking, without moving, without doing anything. And by just giving him slide STP and BRN, he's back. He's okay. Now when he walks, you can't even tell that he had stroke. So leaders, we do have one of the powerful supplements in this world, and ours is to make sure that we tell the world about them. We have beauty. Beauty, I always say it's a supplement that can be used by anybody. Sometimes men, when we tell them about beauty, you would see them blush and you don't know why they are blushing. Guys, you can also use beauty. Use as many beauty as you can. It's not only for us women. So beauty will deal with all your skin problems. It will deal with your blemishes. It will deal with your oily skin. For men, you can use it for your beard. I see they are in fashion now. You can also use it for people who have diabetes. Some of them suffer from skin issues, especially if you have a wound, it doesn't heal properly. Make sure that you use beauty. It will help as well, but just make sure that your skin elasticity, it's good. For your hair, for your nails as well, you can use it. And there's leaders who say beauty makes them sleep well at night, and I don't disagree. It does have chamomile, and chamomile makes you sleep well at night. So there's a lot of things that you can experience as well when you take beauty. Our testimonies are always going to be different. Ours is to share how and what all of these supplements can do for us. Then we do have HPR. HPR is happy. Happy, yes, it's a supplement that will make you happy. But I always say, just give it to somebody whose mind is not in the right place. There's people who, not that they don't want to be happy, but they are just going through a lot, that their mood is the same. Nothing you can do will make them happy. This is a supplement for them. When it starts changing your mood, then you start feeling totally different. You start feeling different. People don't realize that if your mood is not in the right place, nothing tends to be okay. Mentally, you are going to be affected. Your body will also tell you that you are not okay. So please let us make sure that we give those people happy. And I know that it has hemp seed. But whatever that you are going to feel after taking happy, it's just going to be responsible. So your mood will change, but you will still realize, or you will still make decisions and better decisions. That's what I will say. I took it and I was just too happy for my own liking. And when it goes off your system, some people would say I took not our supplements, but sometimes when you use certain things, when they go off your system, you will tell that they are off and you start going back to who you used to be before. The good thing about our supplements is that even if you were a person who was not happy, we give you happy. After it is done doing what it was supposed to do in your body, you are not going to go back to that person who was moody and at least it elevates you, and that's where you will stay. Then here we do have air. Air is one of the supplements. So Happy and Air are the ones that came after. We launched them, I think it was this year. So air, it deals with your lungs. So there's a lot of people who, some have one lung. It could be because of smoking too much or because of drinking too much alcohol or anything that could have happened. Situations do happen. So there's people also who can breathe on their own. They use oxygen tanks. Air is for those people. But also there's people who were affected by COVID and their lungs have never been the same. So if you do have those people and you give them air, those are the people that are going to give you the powerful testimonials. If you can breathe on your own and you take air, you might not feel anything. So if you need the perfect testimony, give it to somebody who has a lung problem and listen when they give you that feedback. So air is for those people. And that was the end of the presentation from my side. I thought there was another supplement that I need to talk about. It's 8 minutes. Leaders, we do have one of the best supplements, like we have said. We don't have competition at this moment. So if you are in APL Go, just know that you are with the right company that has the right supplements at the right time. Yours is to go out there and sing the APL Go gospel. Let us help a lot of people as much as we can, knowing also or bearing in mind also that our health system is deteriorating. So for those people who are sick and they go to our clinics and hospitals, they know that treatment is not good. So let us make sure that we also help them so that their health become good, strong, and like us, they will never fall or get sick as often as we used to. So I would love to say thank you very much for being with us tonight. If you are new in this business, welcome. Do join us again next time. Make sure that you learn and learn and learn. Become a absorb as much information as you can so that you can go out there with confidence and build your business. I'm not sure if there's anyone who would love to share their testimonies. If you are new and you would love to do that, I can give you at least 5 minutes, then we will close off. Leaders, do we have anyone who would love to share a different testimony that we've never had before? Please do open your mic and share with us your testimony. Anyone who fell pregnant after using PWR for women, do share the testimony with us. Anyone maybe who gained weight after using GTS, we would love to hear your stories. Going once.
Hi, Fetsang. Hi, leaders.
Hi, Leader
It-
Sonia.
It's Sonia. I
Yes,
just wanted to say thank you so much for the presentation. And I'm the lady who couldn't eat the banana
yes.
because of ALT and also taking GRW Grow. I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to eat a banana. And additionally, I'm an asthmatic person. But since using the supplements, I don't use my inhaler anymore. So these are my friends. I do not go a day without taking alternate and grow. I even give it to my kids. So these are really miracle sweets. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. Thank you. Anyone else? Hello?
Hi, my
Okay.
leadership.
Hello, how are you?
Fine and you, it's leader Liza.
Yes, mommy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Mama
I
Liza?
just wanted to tell that, hello, I just want to tell that my grandson was vomiting yesterday. He's 1 year, 1 month old.
Mm-hmm.
I just gave him air in a bottle.
Yes.
10 minutes, you hear he screaming. He was
Mm.
so hot, couldn't do anything. Now, he's awake and kicking. These miracle sweets can do wonders. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention is that our sweets do not have age restrictions. So they can be taken by people of all ages. For kids, because sometimes we fear that they might choke on a sweet, what you can do is what Mama Liza did, just dilute a sweet in just a small amount of lukewarm water and give your child that water to drink. Whatever problem they have will go away. Our sweets are also FDA registered, kosher and halal certified. In South Africa, the company is registered with the Health Product Association of South Africa. Now there we're talking about quality. You know that you are taking a sweet that has passed all the processes that they need to go through for you to know that they are good to be ingested or taken. If we do not have any who love to share their testimonies, leaders, I would love to say thank you so much for joining in tonight. Please make sure that you share it with your downlines and make sure that next time they come to listen and they share the very same information with their downlines. Thank you so much. I'm out.
Thank you, Fetsang.
Thank you, Leader Fetsang. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my
Thank you so
leaders.
much. Thank
And good night.
Good night.